Hello, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. If you're joining me for the first time today, welcome. Tell me hello and where you're watching from. I would love to see where you guys are all watching. And I'm here today and I go live periodically, to answer immigration questions because immigration is such a complicated area of law. And many of my clients, many people that call our office have questions about sort of just discrete things, right? And so they might not necessarily want to do a consultation, or maybe they want to find out more about options available to them before they decide to move forward with an immigration application. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm an immigration lawyer. I'm based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. My clients are literally all over the United States. I'm representing someone in California right now that has an interview tomorrow. We actually have many clients in California, oddly, meaning given that we're so far away. But no matter where in the U.S. you are located, some of our clients are even abroad. We have many in London and Africa. We can help you, right? Because immigration is considered a federal practice. So no matter where in the U.S. we are located, we can help you. Where in the U.S., you are located, we can help you with an immigration consultation. We can advise you on immigration and continue to represent you in your matter. So today I usually start off with a question of the day. While I'm talking, feel free to say hi, let me know where you're from. And I'm on here periodically. So if you want to be notified of when I'm on, make sure you like our page on Facebook, follow us on TikTok. We're at Agarwal Immigration on both Facebook and on TikTok. Okay, that's at Agarwal Immigration on both Facebook and on TikTok. And you'll be notified every time I go live. And make sure to share this with friends too, because many of us, I know we have friends that have immigration questions, friends that have immigration issues that they want to discuss with a lawyer. So this is a good opportunity to ask those questions. Just know if I don't get to interact with you so much on a platform like this because so many people are watching. If you want a confidential consultation, we are doing them by phone, by Zoom, and in person now that COVID is sort of clearing up. We're doing them by phone, Zoom, in person. You're welcome to come by our office in Arlington, Virginia, or no matter where in the U.S. you are, we can do them by phone or Zoom, and be happy to chat with you about your specific case and provide confidential information. So right now here, we are just providing general information. Please don't consider that to be legal advice to you because I don't know about your specific case, okay? And your specific case might be a little bit different than what I'm talking about here. All right, again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. Thank you for joining me, and go ahead and put your questions in while I am talking. So I wanted to talk about something called a VAWA-based green card, right? A VAWA application. We talk about this often, and many people don't know about it. And I like to inform people about it because it's a very valuable tool if you are in a bad situation. So it's usually for people, our most common clients that use VAWA are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders, and they are victims of abuse. And when I say abuse, it's not always physical abuse. Sometimes there's no physical abuse at all. Many times it's emotional abuse. It's controlling behavior by the spouse. It's threats of deportation, things of that nature. That is abuse for VAWA. And of course, each person's situation is different. So we would want to talk to you about that in more detail if you think you or someone you know might qualify for a VAWA. So give us a call. You can essentially call our office for a consultation. You can also book yourself online. There's a link on our Facebook page. If you wanted to schedule your own consultation, you can do that. If you want to call us, it's 703-348-1663. Again, it's 703-348-1663. But I want to talk today about why people don't file for VAWA, right? Like, what are the reasons people don't file for VAWA? Because really, it's such a huge benefit. If you qualify, what you will do is, if you qualify, what will happen is you will get work authorization, which is, huge. You can come with a social security number, especially if you've been in this country for several months, many of our clients even years. You would get a social security number, you would get work authorization, and you would also, this is really big, guys, You would also get to travel back home to your home country. You would have authorization to go back and forth while this application is pending. And once you get a green card, obviously there are no real strong limits on you going in and out of the country. We can talk about it another time. There are some restrictions as a green card holder, but generally you can go home and visit for several months and come back if you do get that green card, right? So that's what we're going for. We're going for a green card. Okay, so why don't people file for VAWA? Why don't people file for VAWA? If this is this huge benefit, right, is ultimately it's a path to citizenship. So if you qualify, why wouldn't you file? Well, one of the reasons is it's very complicated to do it by yourself, right? It's very complicated to do it by yourself. Many times there's a myth of using nonprofits. People want to use nonprofits to file for VAWA, but nonprofits might sometimes have a huge backlog. You might not be getting the kind of service that you want to get because often they are understaffed, right? They do great work. I know some great nonprofits, and we refer them out all the time. But it's a different experience than with a private firm, obviously, that you're paying for. The other thing is you might not be able to do it yourself because it takes immigration is just really hard to understand. You don't know which forms to use. You don't even understand the language on those forms, right? Many of our team, when they start, they don't understand the forms. They don't understand the language on the forms, and they're all very educated people that are very, very capable. But when they start, they might not understand. So it's really hard, right? It's really hard if you can't figure out what exactly you're supposed to do. So one of the main reasons is that people can't figure out what to do on their own. So this is where we come in. We can help. We do so many VAWA cases. I think we have like 10 or more that we're actively working on right now, many that we've already filed, and many that have been approved. So we have a lot of experience with VAWA cases, and we can put together a very strong application for you. So if you are in a situation where you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you're a victim of abuse, you might consider giving us a call and just having a consultation. And we can guide you, number one, through the process. And we can certainly do it for you if you were interested in working with our firm. We can help you do it. And all you have to do is really follow our instructions and work with us and let us put together your application, and we would notify you every step of the way and guide you every step of the way. That is what our firm does. And this is my favorite type of case to work on. We love working on VAWA cases. Give us a call if you would like to schedule a consultation and get this process started. I see some questions popping up here on this. I would love to answer them in just a second. But if you want to call us at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. Oh, that's Rashida. She's thank you for joining me. You have lots of really great questions. Great. So what do I have here from Rashida is, can you file for a VAWA 3 months after being married? Can you file for VAWA 3 months after being married? Yes. You do not have to have a certain amount of time that you're married before you qualify for VAWA. You can file for VAWA 3 months after you're married. All we're doing is showing that you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, that you're a victim of abuse, and that you live together for a certain period of time. That is what you will need. That's a threshold for VAWA. There is no length of time requirement for marriage. Call us for a consultation, 703-348-1663. Okay, Rashida has another question. If your husband is verbally abusive, can you file, right? Does verbal abuse qualify? I'm going to tell you that most of my clients do not have physical abuse and qualify for VAWA and have been approved for VAWA, right? They do not have physical abuse in their marriage, but what they do have is verbal abuse, threats of deportation. Threats, some of them have been, kicked out of their house. That's going to be on the more severe side. Other people, their culture is put down, their accent is put down. They're told that they are not able to speak English. They are humiliated in front of other people. They are made to do all of the housework in the house, whereas the spouse does nothing. The green card is kind of dangled over their heads. And this is, it's going to be different for each person's situation, but these are examples that I'm giving you. Okay, so yes, verbal abuse emotional and psychological abuse. So your husband telling you something like, or your wife telling you something that's not true, like you are this, you only married me for a green card, I'm going to have you deported. All of that is psychological abuse. So call us. We will work through it. We'll screen you for it in our consultation. We'll walk you through the process, and you may be able to get a work permit in about 6 to 8 months, a green card in 2 to 2.5 years. That's a huge, huge pathway to freedom for many people in a terrible situation. Give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. Hi, Ara. Nice to see you. Hi, Chitharan. Nice to see you. Great. Perfect. Okay, so we have some other questions here. Let me see if I can answer them for you. Do you have to file taxes jointly? Someone's asking, do you have to file taxes jointly? So if it's for a VAWA, not necessarily, right? If it's for a VAWA, not necessarily, but for VAWA and for any other marriage-based green card, you would want to show bona fide marriage. So you want to show that it's a real marriage and it was not just for immigration purposes, right? If it was a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes, we should not have any issues. I should note that many times people that file VAWA do not have a lot of bona fide marriage evidence. This is just the nature of an abusive relationship. If a spouse is controlling, they sometimes will not have documents. They won't be listed on the lease, so they won't be listed on the title of the home or the car, right? We have to be creative in coming up with enough evidence to show USCIS that this is a real marriage, that it was not just for immigration purposes. So that is something that we can help you with. Call us for a consultation, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. That's Rishi that says, how long should you attend a therapy session before filing VAWA? So that is an interesting question. Again, if you missed it, it's how long should you attend a therapy session before filing VAWA? There are no requirements. I'm going to tell you, most of my clients don't attend at all. They don't attend before they file, and they don't attend while the application is pending. Some of them do go for their own benefit, but many times, up until they can get to a certain point in their green card process, they don't really feel the freedom to empower themselves or to help themselves in a situation, right? We do, for some of our clients, we do send them for a psychological evaluation where the therapist will write up exactly, what the issue is, how this kind of abuse has impacted them. And so many will be able to use that evaluation to show abuse. We have cases that are approved without having a psychological evaluation. So it's not something that is required for a VAWA case. Okay, call us for a consultation, 703-348-1663. Chitranjan Singh says, how long does an overseas marriage take? Great, that's a really good question. So if you have someone in the U.S., that is married, that you get married, right? We have many cases like this right now too. You have someone in the U.S. that got married to somebody abroad, and you guys got married abroad, and the American person comes back to the U.S. This could be a green card holder, or this could be a U.S. citizen. Obviously, green card holders technically not American, but let's say the person that lives in the U.S., they come back and they're here, and their spouse is still abroad. How long does that take? That normally takes between about 2.5 to 3 years. I would say for those cases, it is very, very, very important to either be very proficient in filing the green card, because otherwise it can be very, very delayed, right? You want to work with somebody that knows what they're doing, because National Visa Center, that is, one step in this application process, they are very particular about the way documents are submitted. They're even particular about the orientation of a document, whether if it's uploaded sideways versus straightforward. It's pretty particular, and they don't really, every time there's something not right, it takes 4 weeks before they will get back to you and tell you it's okay now. So if you need to correct it twice, you're already looking at an additional 2 months. So you really want to be able to to work with somebody that knows what they're doing here, that has some experience, or someone, if you yourself are very proficient, you could certainly do it, but just be aware that there might be a certain time lag, because this is already a long process, and any kind of inconsistency or non-compliance with what they're looking for is going to delay it even further. So if we can help you with that, I would love that. I love green card cases. Give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. All right. Let me see here. I think that is almost all of our questions for today. I'm going to take one more. Can men qualify for a VAWA self-petition? Can men qualify for a VAWA self-petition? I have some here. I missed some. Yes, VAWA self-petition is for men and for women. It's a misnomer. It stands for Violence Against Women Act, but men and women can qualify. The abuser can be a man or a woman. It applies to heterosexual couples as well as same-sex couples. So if you are a victim of abuse, if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you might be eligible to receive a green card, to receive work authorization, and even travel authorization. So call us for a consultation, 703-348-1663. Here's a question that says, I am married to a green card holder. Can I apply for VAWA? I'm married to a green card holder. Can I apply for VAWA? Yes, absolutely. You can apply for VAWA if you're married to a green card holder or to a U.S. citizen. You can apply for VAWA if you entered legally and then lost your status, or if you entered illegally, right? As long as you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you will qualify as long as the other requirements are met as well. If we can help you with a consultation, certainly call our office, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, Jethinder is asking, what is the I-751 timeline? I-751, if you are unfamiliar with what is an I-751, this is what it is. It is, so once you have a green card, a marriage-based green card, and if you were married less than 2 years when that green card was issued, or if you were married less than 2 years when that green card was issued, you have to come back in 2 years and show that you're really married, and it wasn't just for immigration purposes, okay? You have to show that you were really married and that marriage was not just for immigration purposes. So that's what an I-751 is. It's that when you come back 2 years later, and you have to show that it was a bona fide, a true marriage, all right? So once you file that, it can take a while. It can take a while. So sometimes it takes, I want to say, about 2 years. So the question was, what is the I-751 timeline? It is about 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years before an interview is scheduled. Sometimes it's approved without interview, but it's basically your 10-year green card. So you want to be prepared. You want to have all of the right pieces of evidence to get to that point. Some people, another question that comes up is, I was married, it was not for immigration purposes, and I got my green card. Now the marriage didn't work out, and I have to go alone to this I-751 process. Can I do that? Am I able to go alone, or should I just not apply at all? So the point here is, do not forego not applying. You will get put in removal proceedings, right? You have to apply to remove those conditions. If you only have a 2-year green card, you have to apply to get that 10-year green card. If your spouse is unwilling to help you, if your marriage went south, if your marriage did not go as expected, you still need to remove those conditions. And there are different ways where you can remove those conditions on your own without your spouse. All right, those conditions will get you to a 10-year green card. And again, abuse is another way to, if you had abuse in your marriage, if you're not yet divorced, you may still be able to move forward with getting that 10-year green card, going from the 2-year green card to the 10-year green card. So give us a call if we can help you with that. We're at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, so another question here. Do I have to remain married to an abusive spouse until my VAWA is approved? Do I have to remain married until the VAWA is approved? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You do not have to remain married while the VAWA is pending. You can get divorced. We just have to apply for VAWA within 2 years of a divorce. So if we apply while you're married, then you're fine. It won't impact your application to get a divorce. Okay? Give us a call, 703-348-1663. Excuse me, one more question here. While I am talking, I have so many questions. I missed a bunch. While I'm talking, if you have friends that have immigration questions, if you yourself think you're going to have immigration questions, please make sure to share this with others, to share this with people that have immigration questions that want to be notified. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. We're at Agarwal Immigration. Share this with others. We are at Agarwal Immigration. Also on Facebook, make sure you like our page, follow our page on TikTok. That way you will be notified every single time I go live. If you're wondering who I am, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I'm based in Arlington, Virginia, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. And I help clients no matter where they are located, okay? So no matter where you are located, we can help you with your immigration case. All right. Let's see. After completing a 3-year ban in my country, do I still need a waiver for a new consular appointment? Most likely no, but you will need to prove that you have no intention of overstaying, right? So that will be a big component. If you have overstayed and you had a 3-year ban, you'll want to prove strong ties to your home country if you're coming in on a tourist visa. So you want to be ready for that. Okay. Someone says, I don't have pay stubs or W-2 for 9 months and I got an H-1B RFE. What should I do? Please help. Make sure, you should call us, because part of H-1B is maintenance of status. Part of H-1B or any work visa, right? Any O visa, E visa, H-1B, you have to maintain your status. If your employer stops paying you, you are out of status. Right. And the fact that your employer, this is not the first time I have heard this, the fact that your employer says, well, you're benched, or you don't have a client yet, you are out of status, right? You are out of status and you only have 60 days to be out of status. So you've got to find another job. You've got to transfer that H-1B. You only have 60 days to do it. So if there's any indication of your employer putting you out of status, then you've got to advocate for yourself. So if you don't have pay stubs and if you don't have W-2, you've not been in status. All right. If you can show work product, if you can show that you were working, that would be good, but you still are required to be paid per the LCA. So you will have a very hard time showing maintenance of status if you were not paid. And I'm telling you this not to be harsh, but you may consider, changing your status to something else. All right, because if you've been out of status, it's going to be very hard. Okay. Sam from California says, if someone does not have a police report from an abuser, does it make VAWA faster or not? If someone has a police report from an abuser, does it make VAWA faster or not? It's great because it's additional evidence of abuse. All right, it's additional evidence of abuse. So what I would do is, we use the declaration. That is our evidence of abuse. We talk to you. If you're a victim of abuse, we talk to you, we reach out to you, and you give us all of the details of the abuse. And if you're wondering, what am I going to say? We guide you. So don't worry about that. We guide you. Excuse me. We guide you through it. And we prepare a declaration, a statement based on what you tell us. You review it, you make edits, and confirm that it's good to file. So, that's what we do. So make sure, that you don't worry about that. If you have a police report, great. I don't know that it makes it faster or less or not, but the stronger evidence of abuse, the better. If you have a police report, awesome. We'll definitely put it into our VAWA packet. Okay. All right, now I think I got all the questions. I am so happy to see everyone. I will be on again. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have immigration questions, reach out to our firm. We're doing our consultations by Zoom, by phone, by in person. We're in Arlington, Virginia, which is outside of Washington, D.C. But you can reach us, on the phone, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, and to get notifications. All right, it was great to see you. Enjoy the sunshine for an extra hour today, and I will see everyone very soon. Thanks so much. Bye.